I just woke up. If you can tell, I only have one breakout on my face. I mean, this still looks a little red, but it's like flat. It's just, I guess like the healing one. And this is it. This really just like needs to come to a head and then heal. And that was like the last breakout I had. Isn't this hair sexy right now? Oh my God. No, it is not time to play. Oh yeah, so I want to tell you. So I just saw this like thing, it was on BuzzFeed, and it was like life hacks for dogs. And what it said was like, if you have a hard time brushing your dog's teeth, to put the dog's toothpaste on a chew toy and like let them chew it, and essentially like they'll be brushing their own teeth with the chew toy. And I was like, that's freaking genius. So I did it, and he always chews this toy. I put the toothpaste on it, and what does he do this morning? He licks it. Like, he sits down on the floor and licks all the toothpaste off it. I was like, you little asshole. That was not the point. So my friend was like, you should put the toothpaste on it and then freeze the toy, and that may work better. So I'm going to try that. Even though, like, honestly, I don't really have a problem brushing his teeth. He pretty much just sits there and lets me do it, right? You're usually good? Look at this crazy face. It's 8:30 in the morning. Like, it's too early for this. I gotta take a shower. I have to go to lunch with a restaurant owner today to get paid. And what else? Oh, I got an email from Bath & Body Works that the candles are 2 for $24, and I still have my 40% off coupon. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that. And I'm going to stop there like before I go to lunch. But we will see. And I got to do something with this hair and this face. I swear he has the life. You just hang out. You sleep. You sleep all day. What'd it do? What are you doing? You tired? Hi. Hi, buddy. Are you a little mush? Do you want me to leave you in peace? Gatsby. Goodbye. I'm gonna go take a shower. You gonna nap? You're like in the lap of luxury. You are such a ham. I am just getting ready to go to lunch with my friend, and I totally forgot that over the weekend I destroyed my blow dryer and don't have one. I threw it out because I was like, whatever, like I'll just I'll go to Harmon's or whatever this weekend, and I never freaking went, and now I have to stop and get one. But I just like put some sea salt spray in my hair, and I'm just like, oh God, of course. So I just watched that video back, and I was like, oh sweet Lord, the boobs are out of control. So I changed into this like sheer top thing, because I was like, hell no. That situation was like way too inappropriate for 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's just be real. On the bright note, that right there is my Christmas card, so I can actually get those shits done before I go, because I have like 20 minutes. And then I gotta go to Target and the grocery store, and then I gotta come home. So I feel like this is much more appropriate. Much more appropriate. Here are my Christmas cards. I thought they were gonna be much smaller. They're supposed to be like ornaments. And this is actually the back. And this is the front. So it says Merry Christmas, and that is a picture of us at one of my good friend's weddings. I was her matron of honor, and her wedding was this past April or May. And yeah, love us. Gatsby licking his face, and then the back. And I like the like birchwood detailing here. We got these from Shutterfly. 2015 Gatsby, and that was us in Italy this past March. I didn't realize I had to put the freaking strings on myself, so these are going to be more work than I thought. Awesome. I was wearing a jacket with this, right? Like, I would never just wear a tank, like a sheer tank top and leggings. This is just like the sleeves are like half leather, and then it's like material, so leather sleeves, and then I really love the collar to it, and it's just like a little slightly cinched waist. There's more leather details on it, and That's, and so you can see it better. Not really, I'll do one in the mirror, but anyway, I'm just gonna leave this on like the whole time because it's pretty thin, and that's that. That is my outfit for lunch. I know this is definitely like more nighttime appropriate, but I am either like super casual and wearing pajamas or this. I don't have an in-between. There's no in-between. So rather be dressed up than dressed down, because when I'm dressed average and mediocre, I am dressed down. Like, it is, I'm telling you, pajamas are this. That's it. Guess who's late? What else is new? It's like the story, I'm always late. And never to work though, because thank goodness, because I work in the city, I have to take the train, because I live in the suburbs, right north of the city, like right outside of the Bronx. And I take the train, so there's a schedule obviously for the train, and yeah, some mornings I am like sprinting my ass off to the train because I am late to get there. Am I going straight? Because I'm late to get there. But the train always gets you in on time. I take a train that like purposely leaves me like a good hour to get from Grand Central to my job, when really if I just take the subway, I can get, you know, back and forth from the train station to work in like 5 minutes. But I like to walk, so I like to leave an abundance of time for myself in case I'm walking slow or fast. But when it comes to like doing things, like meeting up with people, like going to parties or plans or like anything that I'm doing that's not work, I'm always late. Like, you can count on me to be late, count on me to be like 15 to 20 minutes late. My navigation says I will be there 12 minutes later than what I told him I would be there at. And then it's not even like we're going right to lunch. Like, I am meeting him at his job, and then we still have to drive to the restaurant. I don't even know where we're going. I doubt I'm gonna be vlogging at lunch, first of all, because that's weird. It's not like I'm just with like Dan or my mom, so yeah, probably not gonna be vlogging at lunch, but I'll check in later. All I can tell you is that we're going for sushi somewhere, and I feel like that's like hit or miss. Like, that's not even the best. I don't always like taking pictures of sushi because some people are like, oh my god, raw fish, ew. So whatever, I'll check in later. So still driving. I just saw like one of my first clients, like one of my literally first clients from when I was like 20 years old and had my first job at the gym training, and she was running, and I was about to like honk my horn like a wild animal, like rolled out my window and be like, yes girl, like stay with it. She looked so good. She looked so good. I was so happy. But I like, honestly, she probably doesn't even remember who I am. I think I trained her for like 6 months. Like 6 months and about 7 years ago. And I look totally different. I mean, I was like 20 years old. Imagine I was like hanging out the window and I was like, you go! She would have been like, I really wanted to though, but I didn't. I restrained. But yeah. Hey, so I am just leaving lunch now. I have to go grocery shopping. I was gonna take Gatsby to the dog park, but I totally forgot. I have to go to Target. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go to Target, go to the grocery store, because honestly, like, I thought I was gonna be there till 4. Okay, my ass is at Target and I have to pee like no one's business. So I am gonna run in, pee, and do my shopping. Unfortunately, like, this shopping center that I'm at, it's not just a Target. There's actually I think it's a ShopRite. A Stop and Shop or a ShopRite is right upstairs. So any groceries I can't get here, I am just gonna run upstairs, grab at the ShopRite, and go home. I look super greasy in this lighting, but that's not grease. That's like my highlighter. And this may sound crazy, but like, I really kind of dig it. And I feel like I'm just glowing. You know what, you wanna hear a funny story about that though? Is like, I love that look. I love that like dewy, glowy look. And when the fitness studio that I worked at, when they first opened last year, we did a segment on Good Morning America on, it was the 4th of July, I believe. and I was one of the ones like riding the spin bike, and I didn't really like grasp the concept of like television makeup and like screen makeup. So I did my makeup like this, like with my like MAC Fix Plus, and like making it all dewy and glowy. And my mom taped the segment because it like was live. And I come home and I watched it and I wanted to die. I was like, oh my God, I look terrible. I was so like, the lights were reflecting off of me like no one's business. And it was the 4th of July. So like I was already like almost 2 months into like my summer tan. So I was like tan mom tan, shiny and greasy and just like orange and tan with like shininess everywhere, the light reflecting off of me. I was like, oh, I have never seen myself look so bad. So yeah, like anytime, because I do makeup for like my friends or like, I don't know, like random people who ask me to do it, I do it. And now I know, like if it's like a wedding or pictures, like I never make anyone look dewy. I'm always just like matte, 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 powder, powder, powder. Like, oh, that was a rookie mistake. I just remember being like, oh, I really regret that highlight. I really regret that finishing spray. Like that was so stupid. So that's why like looking at this, like I love it right now, but it just kind of also brings back some like really bad memories of like, wow, sometimes we're just kind of ignorant. All right, I'm gonna go into Target. Fingers crossed, wish me luck. I don't spend too much money because every time I do go to Target, I buy a whole assortment of shit I don't need. And I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen, but I'm like actively telling myself don't do it. But that never works, does it? This rant right now, if you have kids, if you have someone sensitive to cursing, please X out of this video now, fast forward 7.5 minutes, or mute it, because I am about to curse up a storm. I apologize in advance. I was frustrated. I'm sorry for the cursing. It will be about 7 minutes of cursing and we will resume normal vlogging. Oh my God, I want to fucking kill someone right now. Like, what should have been a 45-minute max, 35, fucking 45, maybe an hour tops shopping trip just took me like slightly under 2 hours because my credit card just hates me. Oh my God. So I'm checking out of Target. First of all, I'm on the like self-checkout because the lines were out of control. And like I had way more than 15 items, but I was just like, I'm not waiting on these lines. So I went to the self-checkout, right? And I had like, Target had a bunch of shit for like 2 for the price of 1, or like 2 for like sugar cookies were 2 for $3, and like butter was like 2 for $5, and cream cheese was 2 for $3, like all those like specials. So I'm on the self-checkout and none of the fucking specials are ringing through. They're all ringing through like $3 each instead of 2 for $3. So I was getting so aggravated and I keep pressing for help and help does not come. So then I was just like, fuck it. I rang up 1 and tossed 2 in the cart because I'm like, technically that's not stealing because that's the price that they're supposed to be. So then finally that worked. So what that did was like, it threw off the weight. So like the machines know you're stealing because it'll like go by weight, like if it weighs more than what you're plugging in. So then it rang for help. So I'm like, good, fucking send help. So the guy comes over and he's like, your cart's overweight. And I was like, well, that's because I just rang up 1 item and threw 2 in my bag. And he's like looking at me like, you what? And I'm like, it's supposed to be 2 for $3 and they're ringing up $3 each. So he has to like manually go in and calculate everything in. And then the last thing that I put in was a beer. And he was like, oh, you can't ring up beer on self-checkout. I was like, you can't ring up beer on self-checkout? Fucking why? And he's like, because I need to do it over there. And I was like, is this not like the supermarket? I can't just give you my fucking ID and you check me out like here? And he's like, no, I have to do it on my register. So I'm like, okay. So he goes, it's fine, I can ring everything up here and then I can take you and you can just pay for the beer over there. So I'm like, okay. So we finish ringing everything up and he has to ring up like half the shit on the self-checkout because he's plugging everything in for the discount price. So we finish everything. It was like a $90 total or something. I honestly think I paid like $20 more than I was supposed to because he like fucked everything up. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to look at the price. So he goes back and some fucking douchebag like comes up and is asking like where you can purchase jewelry boxes, and the cashier got like all disheveled because he didn't know if he should like help the customer or stay with me. And then he like is trying to talk to this guy and he looks at me and he's like, do you want to pay for the beer separately or do you want to pay for everything all together? And I had originally said when we were at the self-checkout, like, can I just pay for this now? So I'm like, just fucking pay for everything all together. Like, I want to get out of here. I'd already been there for like half an hour longer than I wanted to be. So he goes to put everything together and then all of a sudden he like drops my card on the floor. Like, he had rung my card through and he's like, I can't do it all together. He goes, I actually have to void this entire transaction and ring up everything all over again. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And he was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, I'm in a rush. Can you do it fast? And he's like, I'll go as fast as I can. So he finally rings everything through. I go to swipe my card. I swipe and it's like card declined. So I'm like, oh, hell no. So we do it like 4 more times, try it on credit, like try all different ways to do it. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, I'm like, I just put money on it this morning. Like, there's no way it can be declined. There's no way. And of course he's looking at me like I'm a fucking liar because I'm sure everyone says that. But I'm like, no, I swear I just put money on this morning. So I have to call my bank and they're like, your card's been reported as fraud. So I'm like, no. I'm like, I get a notification on my phone every time a purchase is made. I get a notification if it's been declined. It's a debit card. I don't keep money on it. Like, if someone tried to use it yesterday or the day before, it would have been declined because I had $0 on the card. So I'm like, I keep tabs. Like, there's no way it's been used as fraud. I would have known. So she transfers me to the fraud department. And at this point, I've been online trying to figure this out for another like 25 minutes. And I get on the phone with her and I'm like, listen, I appreciate you trying to protect me, but there's been no fraud. I've been standing online at Target for 25 minutes. It's hot as balls in the store. Like, I need you to pick up the pace and like unfraud my card and like let me check out of this goddamn store. And thankfully the woman on the phone was like super nice and accommodating and like was really quick with it. And she's like, what's the last purchase you tried to make? And I'm like, there have been like 8 or 9 purchases that I've tried to be made. I'm like, there was one that was in the 70s and then there were maybe like 7 or 8 attempted swipes at a $112 charge because I've been standing here swiping my card through hundreds of times. Finally, I swiped the card and the charge went through. I just got home, finally.
Can you not chew your bed?
I gotta take him for a walk. I gotta unload these groceries and relax, finally.